Okay guys, we are out in the low bottom. June 14th I planted this field of soybeans, and here's what I got today. Oh, there's 3 beans. So you can kind of see what happened. So it is, I think, July 11th. And finally, we have had a week without rain. I say that, but we had 2,500s last night. And, oh, we had another little shower similar to that a week ago. But luckily, the big rains have missed us. So we are out fixing to replant some soybeans. And ironically, the wet hole there, we're getting through it in good order. The seed bed is working up. So because the soil is working so fine and what we have going on here, we are going to do the 2-pass tillage system. We're running this first pass at 2 inches, and then I'll come back and run about 2 3/4, 3 inches deep first thing tomorrow, and we're going to start replanting soybeans. So I did lose most of the bottom fields in those rainfall events. So ironically, out here, the ridges from my last planting are helping me a little bit, because they are drying out the soil. A flat surface would probably never dry, and especially after the kind of 6-week rainy period we've had now. But by having the ridges, they are drying out a little bit. Anyway, it would be nice if I had the horsepower to pull this big girl at 8.5 miles per hour and really fracture it, but the soil is loose enough and nice enough that it is kind of working at this 6.4 mile per hour, and that's about as fast as we can push it, but it is doing a real nice job. The trick is just managing the residue, because there is a lot of residue out here in certain spots, weeds that is. The trick is managing the residue and not leaving clumps, trying to recreate a uniform seed bed. So I want to look at the field here a little bit to highlight those things that I was talking about. There's a row of beans. There's a row of beans. There's a row of beans. So we see the rows, but we don't see any beans. This field had the 370 on it the day after I planted it. So there you can look and see how nice the soil is working up. Just beautiful bottom ground. Beautiful, beautiful soil. The trick is managing all this residue and getting the field cultivator to do what it does, of laying that out on top so it can dry out tonight, so tomorrow the planter can cut through it. And yes, there is a lot of residue out here. Plant residue, that is. I'll let you look at the field cultivator here. There's a residue ball. That's what's running on the field cultivator. And so the harrow is not gathering. Well, it gathers right here at the end. And so when you're turning, you don't want to lift up real fast. You want to lift up slow and kind of spread that stuff out. But the trick here, probably would have been better to wait one more day, but I don't have that option because they're calling for rain again next week. You can see just a little bit in the shade here of that residual moisture from the little shower we had last night. But I think I'm gonna keep running. Every day that it gets drier, you run a better chance, of this residue flowing through the field cultivator. But this is one of our coat higher bottoms. I've got 2 more bottom fields to run, a little bit lower, so we'll start here.